Hello everyone, welcome to today's e-learning session. I'm Beizi.
I'm Yang Yang. The first question is, what is e-learning? E-learning is a manner of learning through establishing an internet platform through which learners access educational resources using their personal computers and discuss their learning with instructors and other learners. E-learning processes generally involve three stages: creation, production, and dissemination.
Good pedagogical practice has a theory of learning at its core. Social constructivism is a collaborative approach according to which human development is socially situated, and knowledge is constructed through interactions with others. It is particularly well afforded by the use of discussion forums, blogs, wiki, and online collaborative activities. It opens educational content creation to a wider group, including the students themselves. And second is connectivism. It is a theory of learning in digital age that emphasizes the role of social and cultural context in how and where learning occurs. Connectivism sees knowledge as a network and learning as a process of pattern recognition. And it emphasizes technology's effect on how people live, communicate, and learn. So next, I will briefly talk about the advantages and the disadvantages perceived by both learners and educators. First of all, the advantages perceived by the learners are ease of access and flexibility, and the portability of educational materials. And learners can study by their own pace, which allows repetition and practice, and also improves student-teacher contacts and student-to-student discussions. Whereas the disadvantages are internet access in developing countries is not always reliable, and people may feel isolated, and this discussion may lack of in-depth group discussion, and sometimes it may time-consuming. For the advantages perceived by the education providers, they are reduction in time spent setting up lab equipment and repeatedly demonstrating procedures. And also they can deliver information to a larger number of students, and they can address their curricular consistent. Whereas the disadvantages are lack of proper technical skills for some individuals, and their inability to manage the overall learning experience, and they may spend more time than they anticipated. So here I have two examples of how e-learning has been applied in health professions education. First is teleeducation. Teleeducation in biological education is widely accepted in the medical education community. It is used in conjunction with in-person classrooms or professional training procedures and practices. And the second is continuous medical education. In many countries, healthcare professionals are required by law to complete several course credits every year in order to maintain their status as active practitioners. Using e-learning can eliminate the drawbacks of the traditional approaches, such as high cost, lack of time, and quickly changing trend.
E-learning benefits professional workers without jeopardizing their commitment to both work and family. Continuing education may reach audience at convenient times and places through e-learning. In education, e-learning enables part-time students to follow individual learning paths and offers the convenience of self-paced work. Thus, the internet can complement, reinforce, and enhance traditional university teaching and learning. In this regard, e-learning can be considered as an alternative to traditional instruction for students who want to pursue a part-time education program, but who are constrained because of job responsibilities and limited time. A flexible e-learning environment can help support knowledge updates for working professionals. The first difficulty pertains to the administration of education programs. For example, lack of mechanism for determining tuition fees for part-time students. No standard process exists for calculating appropriate tuition for a part-time program. The second difficulty is relevant to human access, such as recruiting appropriate e-learning teachers, because not many academic teachers possess sufficient practical e-learning experience, and e-learning practitioners who can be available to teach may not have the appropriate academic qualification to provide this kind of instruction. In a sense, failure to recruit qualified practical teachers leads to a failure to satisfy professional needs. The third difficulty is relevant to the financial and physical assets, such as acquiring sufficient resources. For example, in the face of budget constraints, the participants in administrative board reported that they are hesitant to invest substantially in part-time postgraduate programs due to the lack of resources, the differing restriction on funding, and the lack of availabilities of materials and equipment. The fourth difficulty involves course and curriculum development, such as the difficulty of offering e-courses specifically relevant to the market's needs. For example, despite the advent of technology, few courses are specifically relevant to electronic media and copyright management, which is essential to empower e-learning professionals. Last but not least, some concerns exist as to whether students who engage in e-learning have the same instructional experience as those who engage in traditional education. Hence, the quality of teacher-student interaction and even student-to-student interaction must be addressed. In that sense, ongoing meaningful communication and assessment are essential to ensure that the program is adjusted to meet the needs of part-time students. Specifically, e-learning strategies must be in accordance with the values and goals of education programs.
So this is the end of our presentation. Thanks for listening. Oh, we have prepared 2 interesting video clips for you guys to watch, and please show your creativity. Don't forget to post your works on designated forums, and enjoy. Bye!
Bye!